What is going on? Let me get this stuff ready. Oh, you know what we had to talk about today, boy. Hey, I'm gonna let this thing get in. Hey, you know who you talking to? You talking to Scotty? You watching off script? I'm gonna let this thing get going because this is juicy. Oh, this is fire. Oh, this is juicy. This is hot news off the presses. Like, you gotta know. If you don't know, now you know. You feel me? So let's get into it. Let this get going a little bit. See some people get up in here. Shit, I'm so used to having my phone on me. That's crazy. Man, listen, I rushed from work. Got off a little early, shot at this is the first thing I'm doing until I walk in the door. I'm trying to tell you. It is not a game out here. Listen, James Harden has been traded to the Nets. Now, there's so many ways you can go with this, right? But I think the low-key factor is, the really, really low-key factor that nobody's talking about is that the Nets did not give up Spencer Dinwiddie, okay? And if you know anything about Dinwiddie, when Kyrie Irving was not there last year when he was hurt, Dinwiddie was balling, putting up massive, massive points. So for me, I'm honestly saying that's the sleeper. That's the sleeper. How did somebody not request to get Spencer Dinwiddie? That's my thing that's going on right now. I feel like he should have been an automatic. You knew Karis LeVert was going to go. You knew Jared Allen was going to go, the guy with the toothpick, you know, with the hair and everything like that. Now, the crazy thing about this whole thing is one, Spencer Dinwiddie didn't go. Now, how does Kyrie and James Harden balance out? Because you know James and KD, they good. You know, that's like seeing your homeboy in class. You're like, hey, what's good? Hey, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? So you're good on that aspect. You already know they're going to blend. They're going to do what they do. They're going to put up points. When Kyrie gets in the mix, to me, that's where the clash is going to be, because we all know how James plays. We all know it's all isolation ball. We already know they all play an isolation style basketball. But with James has been used. James has been a six-man before. James has came off the bench. So he's in the mindset of championship. He's in the mind, I'm going to sacrifice whatever I got to sacrifice. I'll do whatever I got to do to get this championship. So he's not about getting points, like averaging 25, 30. That shouldn't even be on his radar. He's about getting dubs, getting to the championship, getting to a finals. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie, on the other hand, I got a championship. You know, I'm still the man. Now, he's not there right now, but when he comes back, and he will come back, because Kyrie Irving likes attention. And I said this from the jump. When everybody was jumping on the Brooklyn bandwagon, I was like, Kyrie and KD are the worst media superstars ever. Like, they don't know how to deal with the superstars. So they don't know how to deal well with the media. So they were like, what's going to break them up? They going to break themselves up. Like, that's just what it is. It won't be a female like the Beatles. It won't be, you know, the Dudley boys, you know, getting old. It's just simply KD and Kyrie being themselves, and it just gets old. It really, really just gets old. So for me, that's the real clash. Now, the East is done. The East is about to be a breeze. I hope Steve Nash can incorporate a style of play where everybody touches the ball. That's the key for me. Like, I really hope that he can establish a scheme, a style of play that is more of a run and gun type feel, a run and shoot type feel, than the basic pick and roll, screen and roll, all that type of stuff. It should be more of a Warrior San Antonio type offense where the ball is just getting spread around. You know, who gets it, whoever gets it first, you know, whatever, put up, shut up, whatever. That would be the great style of play. The problem that Brooklyn will have, because it's only two teams that's really messing with them, is going to be the Heat and it's going to be Giannis. And the problem with the Bucks and the Heat, what they're going to bring is a paint presence that Brooklyn doesn't really have. DeAndre Jordan is not the Clippers DeAndre Jordan. He's not Lob City DeAndre Jordan anymore. He's an old man. He's getting up there. So he's not the banger that you need when you're going against a Giannis and when you're going against a Bam Adebayo. I really feel that's going to be the weak points. So small ball essential. KD's probably going to play the 4. KD's probably going to play the 5. When they go super small. Now, this is where it lies. If Giannis can turn it up, because we all know what Giannis does in the regular season, what he does in the playoffs are two different things. That is the only team that's going to mess with them in the East, to me. It's going to be either the Heat and Giannis, but I really feel Giannis, if Giannis comes to play, like really gets a post-game, mid-range jump shot and can still take it to the bucket, Brooklyn is going to have problems because they have the length on the defensive side to guard, stay in front of KD, James, Kyrie. But when you get somebody like Giannis, 7'1", dribble, can take it up and down the court, if he just gets a semblance, just a little small semblance of a post game in presence in the post, it's going to be a problem. Now, threes beat twos every day. And James and KD are going to shoot them till they can't shoot them no more. But the Bucks do the same thing. So I feel like the Bucks is the better team. They're more well-rounded, and that's the same way I feel about the Lakers. If the Lakers and Brooklyn meet up, I still got my money on LeBron. Let's be very clear about that. LeBron is LeBron. We don't have to talk too much about that. He is who he is. But where the problem is going to lie is Anthony Davis playing at three-point basketball and Giannis playing at three-point basketball. You're going to have to bang on Brooklyn because they won't have the size inside to mess with anybody. KD, I don't care how much people think that he's this new defender. That dude is still a toothpick. So if I'm Anthony Davis, if I'm Giannis Antetokounmpo, his barbecue chicken, baby. What you talking about? We in the paint, we all day long. We banging on them Bamas. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it needs to go to. So who wins the trade? Of course, Brooklyn wins the trade. You get James Harden. You get an all-time superstar great. And you don't give up Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, they did give up 3 unprotected first-round picks. I mean, Jesus. But you have Harden, I believe, for another 2 years. You have Durant for 2 years. You have Kyrie for, I believe, another 2 or 3 years. So you're good. You get a championship out of one of those years, it was all worth it. Honestly, let's just be 100. They're all going. They're damn sure going to be in the luxury tax because I know you didn't pay KD max. You gave Kyrie a max, and you got a max contract with James Harden, so you're in the luxury tax. And man, at COVID too, so they can't even think about that. If this was not COVID, the Barclays Center would be packed. I'm talking about wall to wall, shoulder to shoulder packed. But with COVID, you're not even making ticket sales. You're not even making concession sales, really. So it's a great thing to have, but you're really not capitalizing on it like you should with it monetarily because of COVID. So that hurts you right there. So overall, so let's recap this real quick. So who wins the trade? Nets win the trade because they get James Harden. I don't care who else you get. You got James Harden. You got what you wanted. James Harden got what he wanted. Brooklyn got what he wanted. The downside of this trade is the Kyrie and James Harden. How do they vibe? Because like I said, James and KD, they gonna vibe. Yeah, okay, you're right, Sarmore. But DeAndre is not the DeAndre of old. So what I'm saying is he's not that high flower Lob City type. So you think he can't keep up with Anthony Davis? He can't keep up with Giannis. He wasn't even starting. Jared Allen was starting. So that lets you know that how they look at him as a backup. He's a glue guy. He's now become a glue guy in Brooklyn. So he's not that transformative to the team or that important to the team. They kept him. Nobody was asking for him. You see what I'm saying? So he's definitely gonna get more burn. And then you also have Jeff Green, who might play a little of the 4, and then KD might go to the 5. So I honestly feel like a lot of the times they're going to go to that depth lineup, which would be Kyrie at the 1, James at the 2. Who else they got? Jeff Green at the Jeff Green at the 4, KD at the 5, and then plug my grandmother at the 3. I don't care. Put my great uncle at the 3. Anybody could be at the 3. I could be at the 3. Goddamn it. You know. Ooh, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? I could be in the 3 and and get some points off with that team. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be worried about me. I'm gonna be sitting right in the corner, just like, hey, let me just give him a couple jump shots and I'm good. You feel me? So that's one thing. Now back to my recap. So it's simple for me. The only team that's really messing with Brooklyn is Heat. The Bucks. The Bucks have a great scheme. They have a great team, but Giannis has to get a post game. He has to get a jump shot and some post moves. You can't just run and gun and think that's going to last. I want to see the Heat against Brooklyn. That's what I want to see because that's the straight gritty matchup. That's saying defense against your offense, and let's see who's going to win that game. And I just feel like Heat bring a lot of heart, not really a lot of skill, but just more so heart and toughness than a lot of teams. And when you're playing against a person like KD, he's going to outskill you because he's KD. He's 6'10", 7'2" shooting. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be hard to guard him. But I feel like if they have a mindset to stop him and they have a game plan to stop him, I think they can capitalize on that. So do Brooklyn win the championship this year? No. I think there's going to be some chemistry issues. If I'm being 100% honest, if I was Brooklyn, I would actually trade Kyrie for a better asset for the team. So I would have Harden as my 1 and then trade Kyrie for maybe like a 3-and-D 3 guy or a 3, like maybe like a nice small forward or like another. Because remember, KD can play the 4, the 3, or the 2. However you want it, he can play it. So maybe get like more like a Klay Thompson kind of 2 guard where he shoot threes and plays good defense. You see what I'm saying? Something like that to kind of blend better with the team. I personally would not. After this year, I would see how it works, but I would definitely trade Kyrie for a better piece. That's just my personal opinion. And when Brooklyn sees the Lakers in the conference in the finals, who's stopping LeBron? Like, who's guarding LeBron? Like, let's be very clear. Like, who's guarding LeBron? Nobody on that team can guard LeBron. Oh, KD can guard LeBron. Oh, you don't remember them OKC, the Warrior? You don't remember the OKC finals days when he was the Heat? Mouse in the house, barbecue chicken. We in there in the post, killing them. So who gonna guard my man LeBron? And it's real easy seeing people gonna be like, oh, KD with the Warriors. Okay. But I mean, did you see what my man LeBron had? I mean, you're talking about 2 of the greatest shooters of all time plus KD. So ain't nobody double teaming nobody. But I really feel like this I'm telling you, I can't listen. Basketball done got really interesting right about now. The East, damn. I just want to say damn. I feel for the East right now because I would not want to see Brooklyn on my schedule. I really wouldn't. That's just like, I would just be like, can I just get my game check and go home? Because they about to drop 130 on you. They about to shoot you out the gym. That's gonna be crazy. I know James Harden and KD, they are happy. All right. So man, that was just my quick synopsis, man, about what just happened with this trade. I am ecstatic for the league. I am dissatisfied with the parity because, I mean, it's really just a couple teams out the East, really. The West is still loaded, and you still got the King over there doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? League's best record. You know what I'm saying? Just about to be MVP of the league. Just little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, if anybody got any questions before I get up out of here, let me know because I'll try to answer them. If not, I'm going to head on out. I'm going to sign on out. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? Let me know because I was just talking about it. So if you got any questions, let me know. If not, you can go back and check this old live stream because I'm about to get up out of here. You coming in a little too late. Got to get in where you fit in, homie. Because you know Stephen A. gonna talk about it. You know Shannon Sharp, Undisputed, gonna talk about it. So you better get in. So if anybody got any questions of what they feel, how they feel about it, let me know. I'm gonna just tell you at the end of the day, it's not stopping nothing LeBron doing. They still got to go through the king. You know what I'm saying? So we don't got too much talking about that. I mean, the East is a wrap. I mean, the East. I mean, they gonna moonwalk through the East. But like I said, I still want to see Brooklyn in the Heat matchup or Brooklyn in the Bucks matchup. I think that's going to be really, really, really interesting. And like I was saying earlier, I'm just kind of recapping everything for people joining in. Talk about it, Rod. Tell them, Rod. Lakers in 4. Lakers in 4. How you want it? Lakers in 4. It don't even matter, Rod. That's what I'm talking about, Rod. But the real thing to me is once again, the key to all that working out is Kyrie and James Harden relationship. How is that going to work on a day-to-day basis? They are heavy ball dominant. I mean, James has played the 1, he's played the 2. And like I said, James has come off the bench. James has been a 6th man. So it's not to say that he's also carried a franchise. So it's not to say he's played both sides of the fence. Kyrie has never played both sides of the fence. So we'll see how that goes. But that's just my little quick synopsis, man. Y'all stay lovely. Be blessed. I holla. Let's go.